Hi everyone, welcome to On the Other Hand. I'm Ariane Zurcher, and I thought today I would just launch into doing some stitching on these art journals that I've been working on. As many of you know, I lost my little buddy who was in a lot of these videos, and especially early on, Merlin. He was such a good little boy, and I'm pretty I'm devastated, honestly. He was like a shadow. Wherever I went, he followed, and I just miss him so much. Kind of takes my breath away how much I miss him. For those of you who don't have pets and have never gone through this, it's probably impossible to really understand. For those of you who do, you know what I'm going through, and it's profound. You know, people say, well, it was just a pet or it was just a cat. But he was, yeah, he was a cat, but it wasn't just. He was this beautiful being that was by my side all the time. When I was stitching, I had a little basket, and he would curl up in it, and if I had the sewing machine out, he would lay on top of it, and then sometimes he'd bat at the fabric as it was going through. Over the summer, he developed some problems, and we were getting worried, digestive stuff, and that just continued to get worse, even though we thought we'd figured out the right kind of medications to help him. It wasn't enough. So on Christmas Day, he couldn't walk anymore. And I kept thinking it was some sort of vestibular infection, you know. And we took him to the emergency vet. And she said his ears were fine and it wasn't the vestibular. And I so wanted it to be, because you could just get antibiotics and it would kick it out after a few days. He'd be okay. But when it became clear that that's not what was going on, we called our son, and our son came to the hospital, and the three of us held him. So I thought, you know, I haven't wanted to do anything. I've been just so distraught and inconsolable, and I just literally just didn't want to get up in the morning. And so today I thought, well, you know, get dressed and see if I can do some art. And you know, maybe I can't, in which case you'll never see this video. If I can, then yeah. But to all of you who've lost a pet or someone you love, you know what this is like, this kind of grief. It's well, we all know grief. If we live long enough, you're going to know grief. And it just is a good reminder to me to be especially kind, to be especially loving, because you don't know what someone's going through. You can't know. People we randomly meet, what sort of things are happening in their personal life. So my takeaway is, no matter what, to reach for kindness. So, I'll turn you around and let's get started. This is where I left off with this piece, and I'm thinking of doing a couple of different things. I've got this thread that I got when I was in Paris at that expo, and this kind of ribbon. I have this, I think it's sashiko thread on a milliner's needle, and get some light on here. This thread, which I also threaded up, and I'm not sure where I got it. It was one of those sort of, I don't know, skeins that I got somewhere. So one of the things I like to do is, so I have machine stitching here from this side of the page. I've kind of covered it over. I've got collage, so there's quite a bit built up on this page. Not so much on this page because I haven't done this side yet. What I'm thinking is, I don't know, I have this idea that maybe I'll do a little red stitch, straight stitch, going up this stripe here. So I'm just going to, do I have a knot in this? Yes. Okay, so there's my knot. And the thing about working with paper is it's kind of a stitch, stab kind of thing. The other thing is it can be very hard to get the right position on paper. So what I do is I kind of look at where I want to go next, and that's going to be right here, and I poke it with another needle, and then I go in from the back, and I have that placement already set, so I'm not sort of just stabbing over and over to try to get the right placement. And I'll keep doing this. So again, I want to come up here. Here's my stripe. So right about there. Now, I don't know how many, and these aren't particularly, they're kind of wonky. That's okay. I don't know how many of these I want, but I'll do maybe 5 and see. So I've got 3, this is 4. And this is going to be the 5th one. I think that's where I'll end it for that. And then, so you can see it going like that. I think what I'll do now is I'm going to go down. Again, I'm going to stab where I want to go. I don't worry about what it looks like on this side, because this side I haven't even done collage or anything, so a lot of this is going to just not even show. Okay, I'm gonna cut the end off there, but you can see how I've done this. I like that. Gives it a little something. I might actually do a couple of these just to sort of tie it all together. So my other little gadget to hold this phone broke, so I'm having to make do with this. Anyway, so as you can see, I've stitched these. I'm going to start stitching here. If I don't like it, I can just collage over it. I'm doing the same kind of thing. I'm going through, you know, I'm going on top where I want it to go in. And I'm then going in with my needle, and I'm pulling through down. When it's this thick, I really can't go through, do like a running stitch where I would with fabric, you know. I really have to just stab and stitch and stab and stitch, because it's too, there's too much, there are too many layers here. So I'll go in here and I can go in here. Go in here. That. All right, so now I have to think about, you know, do I want to continue all the way across? I think I will, just because, I don't know, why not? I don't really have a clear idea of what I'm doing beyond this. I mean, I don't even have a clear idea what I'm doing, period, so, you know, that's okay. And I'm probably going to stop in a little bit here, because I'm just feeling really sad about Merlin, and this isn't really making me feel any better. So I'm going to just do a little bit more, and then I'm going to stop and go do some other things that I need to get done anyway. And little steps. You know, little steps. I may work on some, just some straight stitching. I don't know, it may make me too sad, because, you You know, all of this reminds me of him because he'd be here with me right now. So, let's see, I'll do this. I'm not even following the lines. I mean, what they're covered, but there was a line here, and I'm not following it. It doesn't really matter, you know. I'm just kind of making it up now. One thing I can do is I can sort of draw a rough, you know, line. I can, you know, if you have a ruler, obviously that helps. But even if you don't, you can just use something. And you know, one of the things I can do is I can just draw lines, and I can follow them or not. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so, you know, I could also do that in red, and just things I think of. I mean, truthfully, none of it really matters, you know. Oops, this is what happens when you don't poke and from the other side, and you just start making holes, which is, you know, it's okay. Like, again, who cares? You know how it goes. I'm gonna stop, but it gives you an idea. I'll probably do some other stitching. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, well, that could do, you know, I could do some stitching here, and maybe I'll do, I don't know, maybe some knots up here, or you know, just sort of pull away, and then just go from there. I'm sorry I'm so sad, but I am, and yeah, I'll just keep playing around with it. Okay, bye everyone.